It's been a little while since I took a look at Meeple Station last, couple of months I think, and the game's changed quite a lot since then. There's been like a resource overhaul. Recently there's been put in talks of opening up the solar system to the entire galaxy. You can create ships from the ship gantry stations, so you can head over to other stations that you can make. So the game's, it's very much starting to open up nowadays, and it's been long enough I thought that I would just go ahead and take a look at it just to see what all has changed exactly. At some point it looks like there's going to be a campaign put in. Currently there's just the classic mode. And we'll go with, I don't know, just mild. Just checking it out. Looks like the random examples have improved quite a lot. They're a lot more different and unique as you generate them now. And it looks like we might generally just have more money to start with to perhaps get us into the game a lot faster, which is quite nice, because before you could really just do really basic stations. But here we have an example of one that's just one story, which is quite nice. I like that. I like that a lot. They've done a pretty good job with the random example generation. There's another one that's just one story. Couple stories on this one. Nice big dining hall type deal. I can't. I'm working on the station here. It's really difficult knowing where my solar panels are because they're sort of between these blocks here, and I'm trying to do the power line so I can feed power into the batteries, because I guess that's the thing now. I got this one hooked up kind of okay. I wanted to have these link up with the struts here and then feed the power through the strut, but I can't actually connect these. But if you check my money drains, and it's not putting anything down there, and there's nothing to remove. It simply doesn't connect, and I don't know where it thinks these solar panels are, but they're not where it thinks they are, and I can't do anything about it at all. So I've spent a lot of money trying to do it, so I'm just gonna have to restart, and hopefully it doesn't happen next time. But I don't know. Yeah, things are a little bit more complicated nowadays, it seems. So we've got the entry point down here with the airlock so we can get in and out. Looks like we'll need... No, oxygen seems fine. 2 docking gantries for trade ships and building my own ships and stuff like that down the road. A couple suit racks there. Head up the ladder, we've got a little bit of storage, which I can expand a little bit. This is mostly just a bit of a buffer space room because it used to be that the trade ships coming by would require 2 floors to fit. So if I were to build massive wings out here, the trade ships wouldn't be able to really fit beneath the gantries. So that's that. Up again, we've got mostly the utilities. Power generation goes into the power. We got the oxygen generators here. We got toilets are now a thing, and they get water in and waste out. So we've got big water tanks here next to the ice maker, and then all the waste is pumped out. There's utilities views, so you can see how the power is routed. Like so, it's a little bit confusing, but the darker color indicates that it's going up to a different floor. Advanced power, we don't have. Water, pretty straightforward. It just comes in from the water tanks, which goes through the ice maker into the waste processing and the oxygen generators. It also goes upstairs into some of the other things, and then waste is just straight out. If we go up another floor, we've got the kind of sort of, I don't really know what to call it. We got a commons room here for the food and all that. If we ever get a chef meeple, then we've got a cooking station for them. We've got the fish tank, which passively generates food, takes a little bit of water though, and then a vending machine for them to get like the basic food, I guess, the better than nothing food. I'm not really entirely sure. Maybe that's where the food goes once it's made. I don't know. That's that though. Red carpeting, because that's a thing, and it doesn't cost any more than your standard whole segment, so I figured why not? A little workshop off to the side with a rock crusher, a smelter, and a workstation, and also the research station is in there. These seem to have automatically hooked up via power. That was nice, I didn't have to do it. I guess it just looks for adjacent bits. So if you build everything in its condensed sort of location and area together, you don't really need to fiddle with the utilities tool at all. And a little bit of spare workshop space. I really don't know what to do with it. I was thinking maybe we put research from here into there so it's its own room, but I don't know. Should be fine. Upstairs again brings us into our living quarters area where everybody just has a small room with a basic bed, a footlocker, and a dresser. I could also put a plant in there later on, right here, if I choose to. We'll see what they think of this room though. They probably won't like it because they're a bit small, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter too much either. So without further ado, I still have 2,500 money left over. Let's go for it. Launch it. I got all the essentials up there on the top left. Oh, and it starts us off. Okay. I don't get to choose where we are. Well, salvage and mine. Let's first off get this ice, because ice turns into water, which also turns into air. So I definitely need to get a good supply of ice. And then we've got some quartz and feldspar, which turns into aluminium ore and silicon. Magnetite turns into iron. There's also some ice and carbon in there. Ice and quartz, and there's a little bit of old station debris in there that I could salvage up also. Magnetite and feldspar. Carbon, ice, magnetite. Okay. So I guess we start off in this area. Whoa. Oh, this is significantly different. Meeple Station. Oh my god, you guys have changed everything. This is our first station. And down the road, we'll be able to build other stations, and we can build ships to go to said stations. And that's a new planet there. It'd be cool to be able to zoom out and get a solar system view. Really teeny tiny moon there, and also there. Would also be good to have a listing of all the objects, because these moons are really teeny tiny and could be difficult to select for some people. So a nice little list rundown of what we're currently looking at for this planet would be a good thing. So I could just click that and that would also work. But okay. And then that's the end of it there. And then if we go all the way in, I'm assuming these are the hotter ones, and there's the sun. So there's a Vicaro, uppercase A, lowercase a, volcanic surface. It's 1 astronomical unit from the star. Limonite and monazite, apparently. Oh, these are all, these are all 1A. I guess it kind of makes sense in a way. Sure. I don't have the different ways to view above and below. Used to be a thing. It looks like that option's gone. I no longer see it anymore. Which I suppose is okay. I'll get used to that. It does this nice cutaway thing, so it's easier to see the current floor that you're on. So I guess it's a decent compromise. I suppose I'm okay with it. Our starting meeple, we've got Shogashi. Awkward, lazy, timid, fit, and they're forgetful. Fantastic. So for you, would want a good stature. You are fit, low social. That seems to work okay. Don't be astrophobic or gluttonous. You'd be an okay miner, I think. Tentatively, your name is Moons, going off of the Patreon list of names. Starting with the high tier people, because I don't think I get that many Meeple, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. As I get more stations, I suppose you'd be getting more Meeple along the way, so we'll see how that goes. And for the time being, I'll put you as a miner. Oh, captain required. All right, yeah, we need a captain. All right, so we have to go to the hierarchy. Captain's required to delegate roles. I click that and it just goes away, because I assign you this way? No. Left click to assign, right click to clear. Oh, now it's asking me which one I want. Okay. Focused, timid, powerful, antisocial, sociable, distracted, timid, fragile, pretentious. Genius, pretentious, you'd be a good researcher. Gluttonous, I don't know. Sociable, lazy, bashful, weak, gluttonous, you sound like a cool leader, so we'll go with you. Pim. Whose name is actually going to be Molotov, I suppose. Welcome aboard. And can I have you as also... No, I guess not. That's still just, that's what you are, is that. Okay. You were going to be a miner. And then you were genius, so you'd be a cool researcher, scientist, regular social. Yeah, forthcoming. That'll be fine. I can't click that. Oh boy. Why can't I click this? Unlock scientist. Okay. So this is locked. I need to have a higher thing. Okay. So I can't even research yet. An error message would be a cool thing there. So I guess you can be... I don't know. An engineer would be a cool thing. You're not clumsy. You're not astrophobic. Work ethic and social. Forthcoming. Distracted, focused, antisocial. You can be an engineer, I guess. KPO, our engineer. Welcome aboard. Pretentious genius. For the time being, I guess just be a janitor. I don't know. Leva. And Ploazax here, pretentious, sociable, distracted, timid. We need a refiner. So there you go. Azuranos. Okay. And as I get further into this, I don't know how long I'm going to be playing this. Could be just like a full-on Let's Play type thing. Could also just be basically a quick look. If I can actually get up other stations and stuff like that, then sure, I'll carry on with the Patreon name list. But I suppose if I somehow get so many Meeple, maybe the game's changed drastically, and I get so many Meeple, I suppose feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll get you in after I get through the patrons. Oxygens. We're losing a bit of oxygen. We need a little more oxygen generation, it seems. Or no? No, we're okay. We're okay. It's just, it distributing through the rooms and everything, and doors opening and stuff like that. It seems fine, though. Power-wise, we're doing just fine. Water-wise, doing okay. Everybody's just sort of standing around that, not really doing a whole lot. There's not much to do, to be fair. If I were to go to build, there's nothing new here that I couldn't already do at the start of the ship, so fine. This is research? Okay. The waste processor. Reclaim useful water from waste and produce biomass. That sounds good. Lock bulkheads of specific people. Manufacture advanced circuitry and computer cores for complex modules. I guess I'll start research on that, but I can't do it yet. We'll have to wait. And this is completely different. Mineral wise, we got some fish, we got some ice, simply meals from fish. Just keep it going. Just all the time, always. Go, 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 go. I don't have a cook. I suppose I should get a cook. Okay. That's refined. The Meeple menu. We've seen. The hierarchy. Okay. So for the moment, I guess we just hang out. Hang out and mine. I guess another miner would be a cool thing. I think I'll keep the refiner. Turn you into a cook? Can I do a cook? Don't be clumsy or messy, that's fine. Low social? Fine. Good confidence? I don't know. You're not really a good fit for it, but do it anyway, because I think I need one. Yeah, and I think this is also backwards. Oh yeah, you could just click it to queue the whole thing up to mine. That's right, I remember that. Okay. We've got, in this slot, aluminium, iron, carbon, iron, silicon. I think that's everything that we have at the starting point, right? I think so. So we'll leave that queued. I think maybe I can get a second miner. Currently we have... Who's just sitting around doing nothing? Capio is the engineer, because I'm not building anything. So Capio, I'm going to reassign you. You can be a miner. Exhaustion, exhaustion, slept on the floor. Why? Are you stuck? Get rid of this chair. I think you might be stuck. Hello? You okay, Leva? Okay, saving and loading fixed it. Phew. I guess we just leave a chair out from there for now. And Capio, you can go back to mining then. We can do now steel, we can queue up. I think I'll just I'll leave them mining a bunch of stuff because we should have a load of storage space. Yeah, out of 2,000 I think that is. Back in refine, yeah. Yeah, because I got the big containers. And it seems like we just by default have some storage somewhere, I'm not sure, because these were only supposed to be 500 per. So I've got another 1,000 somewhere. So we're plenty okay with storage. I can easily make more. I think it should just cost steel, so that's pretty easy. I guess we just sit and wait it out a little longer. I need 40 reputation. So select this, enable trade. I forgot that that was a thing. And if I go to ship construction for you, what do we generally need? A small shuttle. 300 aluminium, 50 electronics, 20 advanced electronics, 10 battery cells, and 5 computer cores. No, don't actually do that. Can I cancel that? Cancel? I guess that works. Okay. Uh-oh. No, I can't open its docking menu. I'll save and load again. It's still doing it. I can't select it, like, at all. I don't know if I do a really big select, maybe. No. So salvage it, I guess. Whatever there is there. Trade-wise, whoa. Traders, mine, sure. Neutral relations, I got a bunch of money. I've got even more. So I can sell to them some carbon, which they're paying super lots for, it looks like. The silicon only costing 1, so it's super cheap, minus being cheap. So buy the minuses, sell the pluses. Makes a bit of sense. We got 10 computer cores to start with, apparently. 100 electronics, aluminium, that's a default price. So I could sell some of the carbon. I'm actively mining it, so that's fine. We'll sell off a bunch of that. I'll keep 10. Simple meal, fine meal, lavish meal. Oh boy, here we go again, guys. Jeez. Oof, oof, it brings back memories. Oh god. Selling the carbon, most of it, and I'm buying some super alloys because they're super budget cheap and they still cost 44. So I'm assuming this is a pretty massive discount on super alloys. If they sound fancy, I'll take it. Why not? They're cheap. I got the money for it. So cool. There's that. And as trade ships show up and leave, we'll be gaining the fame. I always want to call it infamy, but that's bad fame. Not that. Now who's sleeping on the floor? Moons. Do you guys not auto-assign beds? I mean, I'll assign bed. There's Moons' bed. Capio's bed. Leva's bed. So now we can make glass. I don't really like this interface. I don't like how we have raw resources mixed in with refined resources, mixed in with other potentially fancy stuff. Like I can make electronics, which just costs silicon. That just requires a raw resource into a produced resource. And then the advanced electronics requires a produced resource and a raw resource. These should really be in different menus, I think. We can make some steel. Requires 1 carbon, 1 iron. We got 112 and 29. So sure, maintain, I don't know, 30 steel. I think that's what that is. I mean, I guess there's the filters here, so I can filter it, I suppose. It's like minerals and raw materials and components being the fancier ones. Yeah. Well, generally, that just requires silicon. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess, sure. Still suffers from a little bit of a slow start, though, I'm afraid to say. You can make just a kind of cruise control ship right at the start, and then you don't have to worry about building or expanding or anything. Like I still had a bunch of money left over. I don't know. Is that a problem? I don't know. I think you should maybe be able to at least start on some research early on, though, so you can still work towards something. Because right now I'm just existing until we get 40 fame points, so I can assign some meeple to be head of management. And sometimes the meeple will arrive on these still, right? That's how we get more. Because I got room for more. I'm gonna go ahead and work toward expanding our gantry system a little bit and see if we can still get trade ships clipping through one another together and really get this going up fast. Because I don't really want to just sit here for an hour waiting for all of this stuff to slowly accumulate and happen. That's not what I signed up for, man. Man, the game's changed a lot, though. A whole lot. It used to have kind of a slow start, but you'd also be getting meeple at a pretty regular rate, so you'd be expanding. And you didn't have much money to start with to do all this with. Maybe because I'm on mild? Maybe if I started on a harder difficulty, I'd have less resources to start with? Yeah, okay, significantly. On Masochist, I only had 6,500. And on mild, I've got 13,000. So yeah, because I started on a bit of an easy difficulty, I had way more money than I probably should have had. Oh god, we got these little slimy jellyfish, red squids going around now. Oh man, I always had I think the green ones before that showed up. They just kind of go around the ship and open doors and stuff. I don't know. I'm moving the airlock to here so I can expand this hallway down a little bit and maybe get more trade depots, because I can expand this way a little bit, but I'm a little afraid of running into the ice. So I'd like to kind of sort of not go that way. So we'll move the airlock to here. New meeple arrived, finally. Move the new airlock to here so I can turn this hallway down and get more trade bays in. And oh yeah, the affinity. Yeah. I was just about to mention this. The affinity tab is a new thing that was added. Well, it's not very new. It was added a long time ago. Back when I first stopped playing this game, the affinities tab was added in then to give you a nice numeric rundown of what they're good at and what they aren't good at. So we've got, I'll name you to be Mantat Enki. Welcome aboard. You would be a pretty good, you'd actually make a pretty okay chef. Because Azeranos, you're terrible at it. You'd be a pretty good refiner. So we'll change you to refiner, which means Capio can go back to mining, which means Moons can go over to, I guess, also mining. I don't know. I think I might put you as an engineer. It's only a 5, but oh well. And you can be the chef then. Need more steel. We are working on steel. We've also got aluminium that I'll go ahead and queue up a minimum of, I don't know, 30. Glass also, we'll go with 30. Just so we got the minimums going. It's a real crapshoot, apparently we've done that. Okay, cool. Super alloy requires aluminium, iron, titanium, and cobalt. That's a bit wild. Electronics, that's just the silicon. We can queue up some of that too, maintain 30. Simple meals, let's bring this back down to 20 instead of infinite. Battery cells, electronics, and graphene. Graphene is carbon. So let's go for like, I don't know, 20, and then battery cell, electronics, and graphene, we'll go with 10 maybe. Diamonds is just 10 carbon. We'll hold off on that. We'll wait for that. Kitchen job suspended, not enough water. Why? What's happening here? We're losing a lot of oxygen. We out of ice? Excuse me, trade ship. Ice? 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 No ice in the list. It could be we're out of ice. Yeah, we are. Shit. Okay, well, mine that up real quick. Yeah, we're okay. What's the deal with all of this crap, though? Is that these squid assholes? Do they pollute? Is this like really yucky air that needs to be filtered out? Can I put you in as a hazmapen? Will you take care of that? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so I need somebody for hazmat. Alright. Which means no cook. Is that okay to not have a cook? Can we just eat like raw fish or whatever? Would have been cool at the start to be able to spend like 500 points or whatever to pick up a meeple. So instead of just starting with 5, I could have spent more points to start with more, which would also go pretty hand in hand with the difficulty setting of giving you more money early on, allowing you to have a fully functional ship and more meeple, rather than a harder difficulty where you have a barely functional ship and just a few meeple. I think that'd be a pretty okay thing, because starting with just 5, it's actually a bit tough. Especially since you really just start with 4, because assigning somebody as an officer, they just stand around as the officer doing nothing. So it's a bit rough in that regard. Did we get this? We all happy here and hooked up and enable trade again for that? And enable trade, yep, that works. 5th spot works just fine. You know, the plus, I don't know what this actually refers to exactly. I was thinking maybe a percentage base or something, but computer core with 3 pluses is only 280. Computer core with just 1 plus, 260, so it's like plus 10 per plus. So like maybe 5% or something like that, I don't know. Not as good as I thought it was though. We've got Pad, who has arrived, who is a decent enough engineer. Yeah, so you could replace Moons as engineer, and then Moons can go on to, I don't know, I guess mining? Or maybe I just have 2 engineers. Probably just do that. So we'll put you as engineer. And your name? Hauptmann 24. Welcome aboard. So I've got 2 engineers now, so we should be getting some construction done really quickly. Getting some refining done would actually be a pretty cool thing though, because the refining takes a little while to get done. So I could build like, I could make this like a little refinery workshop of sorts. Just the 2, and then they'll need, I think, power? No, they need nothing. Oh yeah, power. I'll need power. So drag and down to that. They got it, apparently. Oh, it just did an update right away. Okay, so we have an additional smelter then. So if I get an extra refiner, who I'll make... Yeah, Moons, you can be a refiner. That's fine. So 2 refiners so we can do a bunch of smelting then, yeah? Hey, we did it! I got to 42. It doesn't even really tell you that you've done it. You just kind of have to look up there and see. So next rank at 250, my god. Alright, okay. He's still breaking away at the ice over here, and I found that I can just click it, and you can also just cancel the entire thing that way, so that's quite nice. And I've also queued up this little lot over here, combined richness 90% of carbon, iron, and ice. So it's a nice mix of like everything. So he'll head over to that. I'm a bit low on carbon anyway, so making steel is a bit of a trick for me, but I've been able to just buy what I need, so it's not really a huge concern. So I can go hierarchy, and I can hire somebody for the head of management, which will unlock the scientist, give faster job assignments, and yeah. But I don't know who to have do that. I guess Moons, you can do it. Which means that I could have Leva was at 12. Oh, a new Meeple. Oh, like perfect timing. Mining. Oh, okay. Well, you're a janitor, so enjoy it. You're not a messy janitor by chance, are you? No. And then Leva can be the scientist. And Meeple, your name is... Karzak. Welcome. Oh, believe it or not, it's already been almost 3 hours since I've been playing this. The video length super duper won't show it, but that's how much just sitting and waiting that I've done. I was really curious to see what all has changed recently, and I'm seeing a lot of changes, and I think it's a really good thing for a game in alpha to be changing up the UI and the mechanics and everything, because this is the time to do it. It's still really early on, people don't expect much, so it's okay to do something, change something around. It doesn't quite work out, that's fine. Maybe people really like it and you keep it around and implement it in different ways. Changing the UI and everything's totally fine. It's a time to experiment and try things out, so I'm okay with it. It's nothing I really want to super continue playing right at this moment, because I don't think enough has changed for me to really do like a full-on playthrough type thing. If you watch the rest of the Meeple Station stuff that I've done the whole reactor thing and been able to drive around. The map was different back then, and maybe that map comes back once we can do outside the solar system, because for now it's just the solar system. But this is going to be just mostly you go there and you can see what minerals they've got. And it's just, yeah, and it'll just be, I'm assuming, a massive, huge wall of something. It's like, oh, that's the planet, and yeah, I'm assuming. I'm not really sure. I'm curious, but we're so far away from being able to find out for certain that I think I'm just gonna park it and put it on hold. If you're interested in this game, I recommend you highly check it out. It's still in alpha, things are changing a lot. It updates pretty regularly though. Worth keeping an eye on. I've got a small series up already on my channel that you can check out that goes through basically, at the time, all the content that there was, I'm pretty sure. I like it though, it's a neat game, so keeping my eye on it. I see it update, I check and see what's new, and I will continue doing so. Got my eye on you. I think the beginning of the game though, this needs to be looked at in like a really major way. 40 reputation points takes a while to do. I really think that should be just like 10 to get to silver, and then for the next rank, 250, maybe like 100 or something. I don't know what the next rank really does for me. Faster everything and better damage, which is fun. Head of administration gives a trade docking fee and unlocks guards. It's weird though that if you have like less than 10 trade gantries, everything takes so long. It's so weird to me. I think the reputation thing could be looked at a little bit and rebalanced, or allow me to do research right off the bat. And yeah, I think also meeples costing a bit at the start when you're designing your ship and you say, I want this many meeples, then that's how many you get, and you spend like 500 money to get a meeple, and there you go. So if you want more meeples to start with, then, you know, easier difficulty, basic ship, a lot of meeples, go, go, go. And you can like really pound out the mining and go for a trade gantry and trade up the minerals and play the market a little bit and become prosperous that way. It gives you something to do in the early game though, because I was sitting here for well over an hour with nothing going on. That's not really okay. We've researched the waste processor, what's unlocked the botany thing to unlock botanist. I don't have a meeple to be a botanist though. Space vessels requires also the electronics, the advanced thing, and this guy. Yeah, the hydro fuel processor and this guy. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I guess I'll start research on this. I'll be back though. I'll take a look at it later on when more updates have happened. It seems to be pretty okay with save games not corrupting and being compatible through updates. So that's a really cool thing. I'll take another look down the line though. I'm keeping my eye on it. I'm interested.